Hey guys, I just want to make a quick video, basically telling what's been going on. In February, end of February, I got really sick. I thought it was just the flu. I had a fever of like 100, 101, and a lot of nausea, vomiting, and the next day it went to 104. And so I knew straight away that it wasn't the flu, it was probably septicemia. That was probably septic. Because I have the central line. It was just, and I had to go in. So I went to the ER. Turns out it was septicemia after many confusing possibilities of, oh, it could be endocarditis, it could be, I don't know, they threw out a whole bunch of things. Anyway, it was septicemia. They don't really know how I got it. They don't really know exactly how it got into my bloodstream, since it's a bacteria that's normally found when you have a UTI. I didn't have a UTI, I didn't have any kidney problems, nothing. So they found Pseudomonas in my bloodstream with no known cause or route for it to have gotten there. Could have been from a Foley bag, we don't really know. So as a precaution, they changed out my line. So instead of having my double, the Hickman, which had 2 lumens, I now have just a single. It's a Broviac. It's in the same place as it was last time, which is good. I'm glad they didn't have to tunnel on the other side, because that was really not fun. So, although this one did like hurt quite a bit because they had to really dig to get the cuff out. It had implanted itself deeper than normally it would have, so they really had to dig to get it out, and that was really painful for like the next week or so. I felt like I had been bruised from the first one, but it wasn't. It was just from them trying to dig it out. What else? After I got out of the hospital about 2.5 weeks ago, I had a bunch of appointments coming up that had been in the making for a while, with urology, neurology, GI, a lot of GI stuff. So as you can see, I have a tube up my nose. Whoops. But it is a 24-hour pH probe, so basically it doesn't go into my stomach. It goes to right at the bottom of the esophagus, and it measures the pH content. So basically, if I have reflux or if I have heartburn, I have to press a button on the machine. I have to record when I'm eating, when I'm not eating, like when I stopped eating, when I lie down, when I sit up or stand up. All that for all day today, and then up until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, when I have to go back and have it taken out. I also had the EMS manometry, which is esophageal motility study, and they put a probe in your nose and it goes to your stomach, but it's really thick. It's thicker, and it's not super rigid, but it is rigid, more rigid than like this is. And there's like little sensors all down it, and each sensor like records things. So I think it was, they give you like 10 squirts of apple juice every like 45 seconds or something. You can only swallow once, and they tell you not to swallow, and then they tell you when you can swallow again, and then they do another one, and then they do 5 rounds of the same thing, but this time it's like a gelatin, so it mimics food. And I know I started getting reflux and heartburn with the apple juice, and then when they did that, the jello stuff, the gelatin stuff, it got a lot worse, and I could feel it. So I know that much of the test was obviously positive. So it's basically, we already know I have severe reflux. I'm already on medication, but basically we're just trying to document it and see how bad it is, and if if I'm a candidate for surgery if it comes to that point, which even on the highest dose of Nexium and having Gaviscon and Tums and everything else, it's still a problem. And I'm on domperidone for my stomach to increase the gastric motility, since my gastric emptying scan came up positive as well. So everything is slow, everything is causing problems, and basically now we're just trying to find the best way to manage it so that I am not constantly dealing with it after every time I eat anything or drink anything or want to do an activity or something after, or even just sleeping at night. It's really uncomfortable to be woken up at random parts during the night, having like aspirated on reflux or stomach acid. It's bad, it's gross, and it's not good for my lungs either. So basically that's what this is. I got my fair share of stairs today, and I was only at the hospital. So I can sympathize with my friends who actually have NGs or NJs, and the stairs people give them out in actual public, like schools, shopping malls, just outside on the street. So yeah, it sucks. It's bad enough people stare when I'm in the wheelchair, so to have something more that people stare at is just, it's just crazy. I don't know. I wouldn't mind if they would stare and ask a question about it. It's more the people who just stare and keep staring. I don't care if they glance. I mean, you're not used to seeing it. It's fine, but people just don't always have their manners in check, or remember their manners. Anyway, so I just wanted to post this video as a little recap of what's been going on. So I'm still doing fluids at home. That's going well. I get a lot more pre-syncope. I haven't really had that much in the past 6 months, and it's starting to flare up again. I think it's with the weather changing. It's getting a lot warmer. I'm getting a lot more like hot flashes. I don't know if you want to call it that. It's not really that, but a lot more sweating, a lot more getting overheated really, really easily, really, really fast. Even if I'm just not doing anything, I can just be sitting there and all of a sudden it just get too hot. It was really bad in the hospital, but the hospital's always too hot. So now it's happening at home too. So the weather's changing slowly. It's not exactly real warm out, but I think our high the other day was 9 degrees Celsius, which isn't really that high for spring. So I'm hoping it'll start to get much warmer in the higher double digits and, low 20s really, really soon. Without the humidity. Anyway, this is going on a bit long, and I just want to hope and say that I hope everybody's doing well, and at some point I'm going to be putting together a slideshow of pics that I took from when I was in the hospital, and just doing a little collage thing with them. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys all soon, and I hope that everyone's doing well. Bye.